You are now listening to Nexxlegacy Radio, a radio station for the people.
My man right here, like, Rick don't know, but Mint Condition is an iconic group, and I'm trying to try out for the group. So, it's something brand new. Like, it's something brand new that Rick don't even know yet. But I'm gonna try to see if I can be able to do something right now. But we got my man Rick of Mint Condition in the house tonight on Iambranded After Dark. Welcome, sir.
What up?
Hey, Rick, I'm telling you, man, you didn't know yet, but I'll be auditioning real soon, man. I'm going to try to be that extra member.
No, you won't, Bran. Don't do that to him. Don't do that to Rick. He didn't do nothing to you.
Straight up, man. Man, happy Iambranded After Dark evening, man. And this is all about you, man. I mean, you and the group and everything. So this is all, I know we're only going to be hanging out for a little while, but this is 3 hours of straight music and just celebrating just the legendary status you guys carry. So, it's all about you, man. Happy anniversary celebration, whatever you want to call it tonight. We just throwing a party tonight. That's what we do.
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate the love, man. I make sure I tell all the rest of the fellas if they're not listening. Definitely appreciate it, man. Glad to be here.
And and I know you know this because I know you toured so many different places and locations, and have a lot of tour history under your belt. But I mean, when you get a lot of overseas love like we got, I mean, we're a nationwide, place, not just based out in California, but we got so many people from different states, overseas, Japan, Amsterdam, and so on and so forth. So, I mean, it stretches out overseas. I'm sure it's a humbling experience, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. I mean, whenever someone, loves your work and, and it's all honest work coming from your heart, you definitely got to appreciate that.
No doubt. No doubt. Aaron, I'm going to turn the question over to you, so go for it.
Oh, well, I just want to, what do you attribute to the longevity that you guys have had and been doing it for so long?
I mean, you got a team like almost like a basketball team. I mean, you got five, you got five starters, that everybody contribute to the band one way or another. One guy might, take care of the, some of the finances. One of the guys, hooks up the deals. One of the dudes, everybody writes. Then you got this, this talented vocalist, man, that is like, one of the greatest musicians, can go and play with anybody. I mean, if Prince Stevie Wonder was having a jam session, he could walk up there. I can't do that, God didn't bless me. He didn't bless me with that talent, but he gave me another talent in another way. Just a raw talent. Growing up in the hood of Chicago, Southside Chicago. Watching 1,000 roaches and big rats come out of the cabinets. Gave me something that that they would never be able to have. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Gave me a rawness and and a ruggedness that they would never be able to have. So, but
I mean, it's more edgy because. Hey, Rick, trust me, I know where you're coming from. I mean, them rats, man, they look like human beings sometimes, man, to not just a little kid, but, I definitely know where you're coming from. But not only does it create that edge, but it humbles you, too. Like, if you having any kind of success, it'll definitely just make sure you remember where you came from for the most part.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But I can't even imagine, dude, like, how they were like so big coming out of the cabinet in the kitchen, and I would shoot them with like a like what were they doing? Thinking back on it now, like what were they doing when I was asleep? Like was they up on the pillow? Like oh my god! Like, I can't even. If I see a mouse right now, I would jump up on the table. But back then, they would be right in my kitchen. So.
Maybe they'll jump into the cabinet and tell you to pay rent. Tell them to pay rent.
I know, that's right. I'm like, wow.
It's one of them, man. You look back on different life experience, man. It's definitely, and man, we could go back and forth with stories about seeing them things hang out. It seemed like they was kicking it, and then lights came on. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go.
Yeah.
We gotta
No. But this group,
and Rick is here on Branded After Dark, brought to you by Nexxlegacy.com and also MintConditionMusic.com. Make sure you go ahead and check out the website and all business Mint Condition. And looking at the career and just the career you guys, and to me, I always feel like you heard me mention Maze featuring Frankie Beverly, and to me, you guys, hey, good look on that remake, because like I said earlier, not too many people can actually go and do that and make it sound genuine. You know what I mean? So props for that one. Definitely. My question to you is, when you look at the career path that you guys have, and the fact that you guys are still able to continue to do your music, and for generations to still be appreciative, like how you look back at your career, when you first broke out to how it is now, and how has it changed since when you guys first started?
I mean, it was a great moment. I never forget, being in New York, hearing Pretty Brown Eyes on the radio. We were running down the hall. Knocking on each other's door, telling everybody to listen to the station. It was a great moment, man. And we were blessed, man, to, for all of us to be together and be able to, work together, as black men, coming from all different types of life. Like in our group, we have the Cosbys, we have the Jeffersons and Good Times, like all in one group. And we've been able to, pull it together and get along. And I mean, it ain't been easy,
Right.
But we've been able to maintain and stick together, all original members. And, I mean, it definitely changed. The whole industry changed, so everything changes. So you just kind of, you got to ride the waves and, and diversify and just, and think of other ways of, of making money and, and we've been definitely blessed that we're, it costs a nice chunk of change to get us. And so we can work half as, much as the, the other artists,
right,
and make the same amount of money. So it's great. Like I work 2-3 days a week, like that's beautiful,
Right.
I see it as I see it as stocks. Like your stocks, because of what you accomplished early on in your career, you're able to go to the negotiating table and just be able to have that kind of leverage that most people don't have nowadays based on your success, right?
Yeah, definitely. But,
Did you think that it would turn into something like this? Did you think that, 20, 30 years from then you'd still be, doing this and relevant and all this? Did you have that? Did you know?
No, I mean, you don't know, and you never know when it's going to end. But the magic is still there for all of us. If we step in the studio tonight, something great is going to come out of it. If we hit that stage, whenever we get on stage. So whatever problems we have and we don't like each other or whatever the situation is, it all goes away when we get behind the instrument. And and that's been the key thing of actually keeping us together. So yeah, you don't know, and we just appreciate it. A lot of people come up to you and like, well, man, y'all didn't do this, and y'all wasn't like some of the other groups. Y'all didn't sell 6 million records like that group. And I'm like, well, I appreciate still being here and and still charting on the charts, for over 20 years, every record, going into the top, the top 5, top 10. I mean, that's an incredible thing that a lot of artists don't get to do. Like, I'm sure we can release a song, if it's a great song, next week, we're going to chart, top 10 next to Usher and, and Nas or whoever else, at that time. And that's a beautiful thing.
And see, Rick, that's my thing, and Rick from Mint Condition is on Branded After Dark, brought to you by Nexxlegacy.com and also MintConditionMusic.com. My thing is this, though, like, what you said is on point just for the simple fact that you could, I mean, the songs, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's been, decade and a half, 2 decades or whatever since Pretty Brown Eyes and Aaron makes it sound like 30 years, but it ain't really 30 years yet. But I'm just saying, in general, you could be able to take that that song or songs that you guys have, and it's going to withstand the test of time. I mean, people are still going to be listening to it 50, 60, 70, 80 years from now. I mean, that's just how music goes and the kind of music that y'all put out, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely great, man, and it's going to help out, my my kids, and if they realize what's going on right now, and I gotta educate them. It's like, this is your money, later on,
That's right.
So y'all gotta pay attention. I know you're listening to all this other stuff, the K-pop and whatever you're into, but know what's going on, so when you hear your music, and make sure you're getting paid for it.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Aaron, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm having an issue.
No problem. You can have your issue just because Rick from Mint Condition is on. I mean, are you having one of your fan moments? It's all good. I understand. You're trying to control your emotions right now, and it's cool.
I am. I mean, please, are you kidding me?
No doubt.
What? One thing that I do, that isn't around a lot is, band. You guys, to me, are not. You're a group, but you're a band. You know what I mean? Like you play your own instruments. You know what I mean? You're not. There's not somebody. It's not all electronic. And I love that about you, and I think that's part of the reason why you guys have lasted so long, because you're true musicians.
Yeah.
What do you guys listen to? Like, what do you listen to nowadays? What do you enjoy? Is there anybody out there now that you enjoy to listen to, or could you leave it alone?
Oh, no. See, that's the thing. That's the thing of keeping us, is a big part of keeping us around, is that we don't hate on, on other artists. So we listen to like everything. Like right now, I mean, I just got done listening to Schoolboy Q. I mean, I listen to whatever that's out there. I like the Lloyd chick. I like Kendrick Lamar. I like Drake albums is probably one of the one of the best hip hop albums because of its consistent songs. Like, it's a good album. Now, other people could say something else as far as, lyrics and all that other stuff, but I'm saying as far as I like 8 to 10 songs. I don't get that on everybody's album.
Right.
And so I look at it as, as one of the best albums out, and plus, Rihanna, whatever's out. I mean, I'm loving that Chris Brown song because it fits my life right now.
Ooh,
So that's my morning. That's the song that starts my day off.
Right.
I don't trust these. Okay. I don't know if you heard it yet, but Loyal, it's yeah. I'm loving that track right now. That's my life.
Loyal by Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard it.
Yeah.
Brand probably hasn't, but I have.
No doubt.
Good choice.
Rick, let me ask you this, because Aaron kind of touched on just the evolution of bands and the fact. I mean, bands is around, but not as much as it should be or used to be or whatnot. I mean, I like those days when you could just be able to have a full set and the actual band just get in there and you hear the pure music as opposed to it being kind of laid over via some concerts or different performances on even shows and stuff like that. So, I mean, talk to me and the listeners out there, just, I mean, how you feel just about that state. It's necessary, but why hasn't it actually evolved into something that's, pure on a musical standpoint as opposed to just, only bits and pieces of bands like yourself, Maze, and other bands?
I'm not quite sure of what you're saying, but I guess it's hard, man, for a band to stick together. For a lot of different members to kind of like each other and come together. It's
right.
A lot of people ain't signing bands. You kind of got to make your own thing. You gotta build your own foundation. You got to put together your own, your own thing. And and have it spread, and think of a way to sell it, and to think of a way to get people to invest in it, to get your fans to invest in it, and try to grow it to something bigger, where if somebody approached you with a deal, you would think about, like, well, I really don't need it, because I'm selling my own records, by myself, and I'm making good money, so I really don't need to sign a deal to give somebody else a percentage of it and own part of the masters, or own the masters for 5 years. I can just do it myself. Right. So it can be done. It's just a lot of people. First of all, you got to have good songs. You got to have the right combination of people coming together, musicians. It ain't just about musicians. Like, we saw, a style of music come in, and they put a name on it, and it died. And the only reason it died, I won't say the name of that, but the only reason it died, is because of it wasn't a lot of good songs there. A few artists had good songs, and some people came out with great records, but it was based on vibe and, how you wore your hair, or whatever you did with your, whatever you put on your head. And it was about that, and it wasn't about, great songs, melody, music. That's one of the things that, that carries this group and keeps it, that keeps it around is the lyrics and the melody and the music.
Right,
so
and the fact that and the fact that having that vibe together is necessary for longevity. I mean, because like you said, I mean, you could throw any dude with some drums and a guitar and keyboard and things like that, but if it don't harmonize right, and if you don't have the same, you kind of gotta tap into that other person's mindset too, as a group and a band, right? Just so y'all can be able to unite as one when it comes to just putting out something great, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay. And we beat each other up, We beat each other up. We hate on each other, We do.
How y'all hate on each other, man? Y'all sounding good already. So what? Like, I mean, tell us how is that possible?
They'd be like, I sound better than you. No, I sound better than you.
No, man. Everything you do, every company you work with, there's gonna be certain things, and you're supposed to use those things. I know people that works in the news world, and it's another girl got the anchor job, but she's not really cutting it. She got it because she's, because of her skin complexion and her color of her hair and the color of her eyes.
Right.
And the other person ain't getting it. So I mean, and so you got all of that in every type of business. You just got to use it to make you stronger, and
Well, Rick, do you think that the people nowadays, the singers and musicians nowadays, do you think that a lot of it has to do with them just being lazy and not wanting to learn an instrument and not wanting to do their homework? Do you think that has anything to do with it? They just want to be an overnight success and get it hot and fast and in a hurry?
Of course. I mean, who wouldn't want that? I mean, who wouldn't want it quick and you ain't got to work for it? I mean, that's why, that's why the drive-thru.
Well, at least you're honest.
That's why the drive-thru is the hot item now. You can just pull up and order something and go.
And it ain't gonna die neither, man. Them fast food joints is gonna stay around forever, man. They're just like those cockroaches that just won't leave. The whole world can blow up, but those things are still gonna be there. Watch.
Well, but it's a different time. It's what you see, man. I mean, it's like you cut on the TV and you see a DJ, and he's hot, and he has a bunch of different artists, so everybody wants to be a DJ. And at one point, the musicians was, Prince was out killing it. Everybody wants to be Prince. It's like whatever is out hot, everybody wants to be. Now there's solo artists that dance, so everybody wants to dance. And, let these kids do whatever they do, man. There's going to be real music. There's going to be people that's not that really great, but have something special. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but
unreal.
Yeah, but you can't, the problem, what's kept us around is my friends from way back in the day will be talking to me, some of the best musicians. This dude plays bass better than anybody in the 10-state area. Right. And he'll come up to me, he's like, man, what do you think of them, them Backstreet Boys back in the day, when all that was going on. And I was like, Show Me the Meaning of Being Lonely. That's a good song.
That's
and
my jam.
That's what,
you hear
me? And that's what kept us being around and not being these musicians with our noses up and everybody, y'all, the whole world is beneath us. Y'all are all beneath us. You know, we're great. We play music for real. 90% of the musicians out there are junk. We're the real deal here. You know, that's boy, don't be hating because those kids ain't got talent, ain't got that much talent, and they making that money. Let them kids make that money. Stop hating.
And see, that's my thing too. Like I've had, and Rick, real quick, I've had to. I've slowly kind of started that path that you're just talking about right now, just for the simple fact that, I mean, people do in this world have talent. Some people that has talent that you may not connect with on a certain level. Like, I connect with you guys different than I connect with, say, you know, another artist or an artist that I kind of feel is, you know, not 100% in my book. But, I mean, it kind of happens that way. And my question is this. As a media guy, Aaron and myself, been in the business of media and radio for over 6 years. And I'm going back to what you were saying earlier about when you first heard Pretty Brown Eyes and the fact that, you know, you did cartwheels, backflips. You know, you told everybody that you could tell that you were on the radio, and that feeling you'll never replace, and you can't, you know, no one's going to take that away from you. My question to you is the atmosphere that music had back then, and even before you guys came into the scene, you fast forward it now, do media people like ourselves and the fan base take you guys for granted?
I don't think so. I think it's a big part of why we're here, because of the reason, you know, the reason we can put out a song and chart is because of people love us, they're going to play it, and the fans hear it, they're going to go buy it. And so those sales is what actually puts us on the chart right away. So, you know, if we put out a song and it sells, you know, 20,000, you know, units that, you know, or 30,000 units that first week, like, that's going to chart us really nice. And that's so it definitely helps. I mean, I don't look at it that way, you know. I mean, you know, it'd be nice if some people support it more, and you know, you just got to get out and just, you know, roll up your sleeves and fight every time you come out with a project, and just, you know, keep fighting.
And the mindset's got to be changed. It's got to be changed a little bit, Rick, because it's, you know, I mean, not just the record labels has changed, but just the marketing promotion of yourself, right? I mean, it's more of a team you got to build that team, and not just yourself. You got to shake hands, kiss babies, like they all say, but also you got to do a little something more in addition to it. I don't know how much more you could do, but, you know, just have that strong base of fans and be in touch with those fan bases, right? A little bit more intimately than back in the day, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. But, I mean, we always have to do more. We're African American. We can't we can't just have one light up there and go up there and grab acoustic guitar with some jeans on and wear those same jeans the whole tour and make $500,000 a night with a little checkered shirt on or something, or a T-shirt. We can't do that. We gotta have the dancers, the arrangements, and the horn sections, and we gotta be flying through the air. We gotta be doing everything, man. I mean, that's, you know, that's a part of life, man. We gotta be doing splits. We gotta, man. You know, we gotta do it all, man.
Man, can you still do splits, man? Come on, Rick B. You still can pull that off?
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. I'm a young dude, man.
Hey, well, you know what? Hey, more power to you, man, because I ain't going to lie. I can't do splits no more, man. I'm done with that. I can't do it. But I'm still going to try. I'm still going to try out for Mint Condition because, you know, I used to be a killer hand bone champion back in my younger days. So, you know, I'm going to come in with that instrument. So watch out, man.
Don't put yourself through that, Rick. Don't put yourself through that. Don't do it.
That's what's up.
Rick of Mint Condition is Iambranded After Dark, brought to you by MintConditionMusic.com. You can go ahead and hit up the website. You can also go check out their Twitter account, which is MCondition on Twitter. Go follow right now. Not now, but right now. Who's controlling that social media right now?
You know, Jeff is on there a lot. You know, I post a lot on Facebook, but, you know, we all watch it every day and check it and you know, some of us pay attention to what everybody's saying. I don't. I mean, you know, I'm just saying.
It's too much, though. You're right, though. It's too much, right?
Some people,
Go ahead.
Some people, man, that just like, can find negativity in like anything you say.
Yeah.
One time I posted a picture of somebody in the local community that was doing great, and it had something written underneath that was that somebody could notice it or not notice it.
Right.
People notice it, man, and people always got something to say, and
of course.
There's those what do you call them, Twitter gangsters or whatever out there. Like they only gonna approach you on there, And then there's then there's the great fans, man, that that definitely support us and all that stuff. We definitely and like our stuff, so we definitely love it. We love it all.
So do you think social media is good or evil for the most part? What do you think the most part of it is?
Well, the great thing about it, I don't really, I'm not like I'm a moving forward type person. I don't really look back and and focus on the negativity. The great things about it is, like, I heard the Times say when they were out on tour with an artist a long time ago, they would hit L.A. and New York, and the closing artist would like pull them from the show because those are the two the main places back in the day that where all the media was at, in L.A. and New York. Those are the two biggest places. Probably still is right now today. And so the closing artist would like not have them play so they wouldn't get whooped. And so the Time wouldn't get all of the press and stuff. But what's great about it today is, you can do anything and it's just shot out all across the internet. Everybody knows what's going on. Everybody knows your tour dates. We're going overseas next month. So if there's any listeners out there want to know where we at, want to fly, come check us out or catch a boat or however it works over there, come check us out.
Magic carpet, whatever you got.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So if Mint Edition had social media back when you guys first started, would that change anything, or would that have enhanced everything, in your opinion?
Well, it would have enhanced in one way as far as tour dates and all of that stuff. That's definitely a plus. But, of course it hurt the record sales because everybody's sharing stuff and everybody's streaming and everybody, doing all the stuff like that. So we probably wouldn't have those, those platinum plaques and all of that stuff because everybody would have been getting it for free, which is, I understand, people think to do, but I buy all of my music. I buy like 98% of all my stuff, from iTunes or whatever. I support the artists. I want to, if they put out something great, I want to support it.
I was fortunate enough to see you guys perform one time, and I definitely want to make sure, especially when you guys come back to California, see where you guys are at so I can watch you guys perform. And I was telling my daughter this. My daughter's 11, and I was telling her this because you know how it is, Rick. We grew up in the era of not just the Jacksons, but Stevie Wonders, and just having that pure sound and just having the fans just go crazy in appreciation of the talent. And unfortunately, for the most part, I'm not going to say unfortunately because you never know how the cycle of music changes. I told my daughter that, I really appreciated what music stood for growing up with it because of all the memories that I have from it. And that's why I always tell my daughter, just, when you listen to music, not just hear it, but listen to what they say, the passion that comes out. And when you see people perform like you guys do with the band, we can't hear you sing, Rick, but you know what I mean. I mean, we hear you, we hear your instruments, and we hear that passion coming out of it. So, with these young kids, that's something that we got to keep telling them, right? Just to be able to, embrace good quality sounds and people that's putting out that music full of passion.
Yeah, definitely. And if you're going to perform live, like there's a lot of resources out there. You can, with the whole YouTube thing, you can pull up Michael Jackson, you can pull up Prince, you can pull up James Brown, you can pull up Sly and the Family Stone, learn it and just, if you don't do it, but all right, basically, when everything else is gone, all you're going to have left is your live performance. So if you're going to be an artist, perform live. Don't have 10 people with you and, 3 assistants and a couple security guards and a road manager and all these different people, and you do a track show. Like, you're going to kill your career, as far as a live performance. Because when all the records are done, you could show up someplace. If you can have a 3-piece band, track the background vocals, put some stuff in the computer, cool. As long as you got a drummer there and you can get a live feel and you can do some of it live and, sell that, perform live. Like, don't have a bunch of people with you that ain't doing that, Perform live all the time and kill it every time you do it because people are going to, man, I've seen some of the R&B artists, man, that, come to town, pack the place. And then when they leave, people are like, he did a track show. I didn't like it. He didn't sound that great. He was kind of halfway drunk, and it's like just killing it for years, man. It's like of this whole live thing. I was just like, wow, man, it's a waste, man, and it's sad, and it's sad to see, some of the people that came out with us, that don't sound good today, and it's like, wow, man, like, we're still young dudes, man. We ain't like 60 or nothing like that, and it's like them, some people just do, alcohol and all the others, man. It's just like, wow.
Yeah, you can. There's a such thing as being too partied out. Like, even when you're, a celeb person making music, and you can be caught up in the clubs or in the mix just like that. Not just the alcohol, but everything else that comes along with it, and just that mental burnout too. That could take a toll on you too, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I was just in California recently, and our last few days off. Man, I was in the bed up until 3 o'clock, just laying there, ain't doing nothing. I ain't get out or nothing. I mean, it's like, it's like the days. I mean, you didn't see it all, you didn't did it all, you didn't snap all the pictures of the place, and it's like,
That's right.
It's about getting that rest now. It's about getting that rest and FaceTiming with that, with that special someone.
Right.
Exactly.
Is there a like, is there a song that you love more than anything to perform versus something that you're like, oh God, this again?
No, don't really have too many, like, oh God, this again. I don't know. I mean, I like performing, probably sometime. It's probably, because it's always a song that you're always going to meet a girl like that. And it's always a song that's always
There you go.
This song that you written like years ago. It's like it's still dealing with the same thing. And it's like, wow.
Hey, and Aaron, and Rick ain't gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it. Like, all mid-condition stuff is good. It ain't gonna never be a song, as the extra side member of Make Edition. There's all this stuff sounds new. All this stuff sounds new. It ain't.
Give him the title. He just gonna take it.
See, Rick, you don't know, man. You don't know. But I see that. I mean, when you can be able to have all your stuff sound new and just being able to have that newness. I mean, like I said, Pretty Brown Eyes, we all know. Someone to Love. I mean, I'm pretty sure you had a whole bunch of people in your lifetime, guys probably saying, hey, you know what, you ain't got to pay child support, but you help father a whole bunch of kids, man. So,
Oh, yeah, we definitely get that a lot. And, I mean, it doesn't matter how tough a dude is. Like, man, there was one time I was at, a little rap concert. I was at a rap concert, and I went backstage, and these dudes were like, man, what are you doing back there? You got to go. And they were like, and I told them who I am. I told them who I was, and they were sitting up there they started singing my song. They were like, you sing this swing, and they started doing dance steps and everything. And when they left the club, a security guard grabbed one of them because one of them was trying to bring some water out. And he was like, man, this is just water. And his friends didn't ask no questions about why the security guard was grabbing them. They just started knocking the whole security guard staff. They took out the whole club security staff, right then and there. And they were coming from all over just clocking these dudes. And
What?
a few minutes ago, they were backstage singing my song. You know,
Look at that. Look at that.
And I was like, no wonder their name matches what they do, because they definitely, I ain't going to say their name, but
Damn.
That's what it is. Rick from Mint Condition is here on Branded After Dark, brought to you by Nexxlegacy. And a couple of quick questions, man, before we let you go. Like, one, I mean, you guys, it's been a minute since you guys had a full album out. So anything in the works?
Last record was 2011. If y'all ain't got it, definitely go check it out. Music at the Speed of Life. You know,
which is definitely a classic too, by the way, might I add. Got to definitely throw that out there. So available on iTunes. People can go pick it up, or go to mintconditionmusic.com to go check that out too. So got to throw that plug out there for you, Rick.
Thank you. It's a new year, man. So we just starting our meetings and stuff like that, and kind of getting the whole plan together, for everything. And we definitely talking about another record. Definitely talking about some production. Stoke did he co-wrote about 5 different things with Wale on his last project. So we definitely looking at the more production, and then putting out Mint Condition records. So yeah, we definitely trying to we're thinking about it. We're talking about it.
So can you drop a rumor out there to your fans that that a possible new Mint Condition single might come out sometime in 2014? Can we confirm that with you, sir?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But definitely 15, because we're trying to give people a chance to miss us and stuff like that. Plus, we got some, we got a catalog, that we're thinking about working. With a few new songs. So there's really no telling. There's no telling.
All right. Well, I know Aaron has a couple of final questions too, but I got one more real quick, and I ain't gonna let you leave without throwing something out there that the fan base of Mint Condition may not know about Rick. So can you give us something? It could be something that you do. You could be like you like to plant trees or whatever in your backyard in your spare time, or something out there that the fan base do not know about Rick from Mint Condition. What is that, sir?
Only thing I can think of that came to my mind is that I'm learning how to deal with passive aggressive neighbors. That so I just moved into a different neighborhood, and it's it's one of like the top suburbs here in town, and just adjusting to neighbors wanting to control you and want to check you, and I'm not wanting to be checked. I don't work for nobody. I work for my own stuff, and don't come to me like that. The next time it happens, you're gonna have some problems, and you don't want to push me too far, because I still got some ties in the hood.
Don't let that Chicago come out you, man. Let's say, come on now. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, you pretty much you're developing your therapist skills. Like, you're doing self-therapy for yourself to calm the nerves and to look past, certain things, right?
Yeah, definitely. Learning how to deal with people, and it doesn't always have to end with it being, slamming the door and, take your ass back. Oh, shoot my.
No, you can say whatever. We're uncensored. You can say whatever you want.
It don't, you're trying not to end like that and still get your point across, but then letting them know, like, worry about your side and I'll worry about mine. So
there you go.
Yeah. Working it out.
That's fair. See, that's something I didn't know about you, man. I didn't know you did there. Hey, you know what? When I need woosah moments, I might have to call you. You might have to charge me per hour for therapeutic sessions, man, because, sometimes I'll be going off, and I need to calm my nerves, man. So, we might need to have therapy sessions, sir. So I might hit you up for that.
Yeah, man.
Anger management classes over the phone.
There you go.
I talked with this one neighbor of mine like 6 times. Before the last time, like the 6th time, that's when I like really let them know, like, okay, let's not have these conversations no more, because I like you. You seem like a nice dude, but you don't need to come to me with this anymore. Like, this is it.
You are out of
And
control. That's hilarious.
and since then, you know, it was done. And then if it would have happened again, then it would have felt like almost like harassment. And so I would have had to consider some other things. So yeah.
Right. Man, Rick is a cool dude, man. I need to hang out with Rick, man. Hey, I'm telling you, man, you come back to Cali, man, I need to come kick it with you, man. You a cool dude.
For sure, man, for sure.
Go ahead,
I want
Aaron.
to know when you're coming to Miami first.
I know that's it.
I was just wondering, I'm pretty sure that, you know, you guys touring and your tours have changed throughout the years. I mean, knowing that from the beginning to now that you guys have families and everything like that. But back in the day, give us your best groupie story. I have to know, 'cause I have to know.
Groupie story. Oh, okay. There was some girl back.
I love how you're so open. But go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you real, man. And that's what's great about me, and that's what some people I work with don't necessarily like.
Well, I appreciate it.
I keep it real.
I'm one that
I keep it real.
appreciates it.
Okay. There was one situation where one girl was telling another guy, like, oh, I like you and stuff like that. You're cute and stuff like that. Can I go backstage? And as soon as he took her backstage, she jumped to Stokely. And that's
wow.
the only one I can think of. She just like, thanks. It's like, no, let me go for what I really wanted.
Wow.
That's
trifling.
Hey, man,
I bet he's kind of slinging, huh?
I can't hate on her. She gotta do what she gotta do to get to the person that she gotta get to.
Somebody
There's no hate here.
Swinging.
There's no hate
Head out
here,
of the front door.
Yeah, she had to do what she gotta do. If somebody gotta do something to make some paper or whatever they gotta do to to get ahead in life, you can't hate on them. It's just if it works for you, it works for you. If it don't, then keep it moving.
You know how to cycle, hey Rick, you know how to cycle with music, like we say sometimes, hopefully it'll hit that 360 and turn back around and we'll be able to, the real music will be in the forefront. But, them days of the groupies never change. It just seemed like it just, every generation, every decade it happens the same way, the same exact way. That never changes. So, hey, groupies out there in the world, shout out to y'all because y'all stay consistent for years and years and years.
It's a business.
Years.
It's fans of the music, man. They love the music, They want to touch and feel what they listen to.
No doubt.
Literally.
Literally. And before we let you go, man, don't forget, my man is on you, and you got your own personal social media stuff too, right? It's not all linked into Mint Condition.
No.
You want to get that out?
I don't, but I'm thinking about it, man. I'm thinking about maybe opening up something, man. I don't know.
Okay.
Because I might be too honest on there. I don't know.
Hey, it ain't nothing wrong with that.
We like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna consider it because I think I am.
Watch out, man. It might be like 50 million people about to reach out and try to touch you, bruh. Hey, I'll be your buffer, man. Hey, if anybody out there want Rick from Mint Condition to have a social media personal, come on, man. He's doing Hey Rick, when new music gets ready to put out, and like you said, once y'all go through that catalog, can you please come back and share it? Because we celebrated old school, man. We will throw it in and turn it into a party. Like we're gonna party the rest of the night playing Mint Condition music. So give us something new, and we're gonna sell. I want you to still do them cartwheels and backflips you did when you first heard the classic joints. Pre-Brown Round, so.
It's 2014. Make a vine of it.
Straight up.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. Hey, tell the rest of the fellas, just tell them that you was on the air and you represented Mint Condition well. And, y'all got a home right here, man. That's what it's all about.
For sure.
Thank
Appreciate
you
it.
so
Appreciate
much.
it.
Much
All
love, man. That's an icon right
thanks.
there, people. Rick of Mint Condition. We got more music on Broad the Dark, hosted by Sweet Aaron Iambranded.
This is why you need Nexxlegacy in your life. Ready to build your legacy? Welcome to Nexxlegacy Radio, the #1 station for the people. Here we empower aspiring artists and businesses with the best hip-hop and R&B, mixed with motivational content for your personal growth. Subscribe now and join our community. Don't forget to share the love, spread the word about Nexxlegacy.